Hello folks and welcome back to Mindustry. Last time we went through and hopefully really improved salt flats to a level that will sustain us for a while here. We do have two sectors under attack, but it looks like it's going to survive all of them, so I'm going to leave those alone. What I think I want to do is buffer out salt flats, because right now it could potentially get attacked by three different hexes or sectors, and I want to make sure we get those done. We have a low and a low, we don't know anything about those. And apparently we've lost this one before in Sector 40. And these guys are all low as well. Like, I'm not really worried about it, but this one's a medium, so like I just want to hedge my bets and make sure we're okay. So I'm going to launch into this one. We're going to do our max resources. Can we do max for, what do we want to do here? Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. We'll launch. We're not going to go in with a bunch of stuff. I don't think we're going to need it, but I just want to make sure we have buffer for everything here. So we'll launch in there. We're going to immediately pause. We have some very basic resources, and hopefully we'll be able to set up a place where we can just get all this stuff out of there really quickly. But we are going to launch all of our resources to there. And more, this is also a proof of concept just to make sure that this stuff is firing, doing all the things that it's supposed to do, and that we have it working. I still would eventually like to fix like where these are coming off into different spots, but it's honestly not a big deal. It's just like me being particular about things. So we're going to go back over here. We only have to survive 19 waves, which isn't too bad. And let's go pause and just see where we're at. Looks like there was some power stuff here. I have seen this defense in the game multiple times from the bad guys or from things we had. You have a solar panel with some batteries, and then you have your lasers and derelict segment. Like, all of these things are going to use way more power than what this can sustainably provide. We have more stuff over here with more batteries. They're all derelict, which is fine. And I'm assuming they're going to be coming from up here. Oh, we have all this up here. If they're coming from up here, that would be awesome. We can just build a defense right there and cap that off unless it's aerial based. So let's go find out what we have. I'm assuming it's going to be this area up here. I'm hoping, praying that it's going to be that area. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So that's going to allow us to open up some more kind of defensive possibilities here. We don't have a lot to work with right now, which is our only real problem. For instance, I would love to go in and make salvos through here. We just can't right now. We don't have the resources for that. So I'm going to go in and do that. And we're just going to have those directly output to some duos, just as a beginning kind of stage to get set up. This is not intended to be a final defense or even a real defense. This is just kind of trying to get us at least a little of the way there. So we'll get that there, and then we're going to provide a little air cover for ourselves, because there are some decent resources. It's not anything like fantastic, but there's some decent resources that we hopefully will be able to take advantage of. So I'm going to do something like that, and then we'll go in here and do something like that, and that, and that, and that. So two of our pneumatic drills are feeding those, and then I'm going to try wiping these things out and recovering some titanium from them, and hopefully be able to put some salvos in a few other key places. I'm really not intending on running into many problems on this one, but you never know. I mean, there's always a possibility that there's some major issues coming our way. So we need to just kind of account for that and see if that's going to take place. Now, we have gotten a few deliveries here, but titanium is not one of them. So I'm going to have to go in and check and see what the heck's going on. And if I have titanium set up to deliver, because I don't really remember. And if we don't, we need to get that fixed. The nice thing is this one has tons of scrap, so we are able to generate a lot of resources. I believe a past commenter said that we could pretty much generate everything from scrap if you do it right. I don't know how to do it right, but I'm intrigued by the idea of all of that. This is also kind of a good launching area. There's just no power. There's not really anything other than solar here to generate good power, which could or could not be a bad thing. Oh, there's our titanium. Okay. So let's take a look and see what we want to generate here. We have that space. All right, so I think I'm gonna, we still have some time, so I can wipe out all of this. It doesn't matter right now. Get rid of that stuff. We're gonna throw on some actual defenses right in there. And we'll have these come down over here and up and in. And we'll make sure we have all of that addressed. And this is not the most logical defense. I'm more than aware of that. Its job is not really to be a logical defense. Its job is to just kind of allow us to, I don't know, a lack of a better term is just to sustain a bit here. Because I don't think we have a lot of good options on this one. So I don't want to go bananas with anything in particular. I just want to kind of get some basic stuff set up here. So we have a couple of options. If we go over into this guy, we can actually generate oil, and then we can use oil to generate coal, and then we can use coal to generate power. That's a possibility of something that we could do. It's not the most efficient thing in the world by any stretch of the imagination, and I need to see if these actually require power or not. I don't really use them too much. Oh, they require tons of power. No, that's not useful at all. So that's not really going to be a thing that we can do easily on this one. I'm kind of tempted just to hit this button here and just see what we have, which doesn't look like a lot. These salvos are going to rip that thing apart pretty quick. Alright, we're going to let that go do its thing. We're going to focus on generating some type of power here. So we can do these guys, the solar panels. They don't produce a ton. We do have phase fabric, so we could generate one spot of it. So let's do that, just because we have enough for one. And I guess we'll have to put on a little connector duty here. And a large battery. Nope, not that one. And I'm way overdoing it on batteries. Like, this thing's only supplying us with 71 a second. And I'm adding on, how much power do we have? 400,000, 500,000, or 450,000 worth of that? It's way, way, way overkill. But that's kind of on purpose. Because I hope to expand our ability to power this area. And we're going to have to use solar to do it. And I'm just trying to keep that production out of the way of the bad guys. And as far away from, we're basically going exactly opposite of where they're at. So we'll go in there. We're generating more power now. It's not, again, a ton, but it's enough to sustain us for a bit. And as that number keeps growing, I feel better. It's not anything special. Like, we're not doing anything wild here. What I do want to do, potentially, if we can generate enough power, is have a little export area here that's going to fly stuff back. That's down the road. That's not really super necessary. And I am going to change all of our salt flat stuff so that it's not coming out here. We're going to send that back to one of our depots so they can send stuff back to there, just so we're not wasting resources on a sector that most likely isn't going to need it at all. So you can already see we'll survive all of the waves there. I do want to build this area up just a touch, nothing crazy, but just a touch to see if we can generate a little bit better activities here. Water-wise, oh, it's 100% efficient there. I thought it was going to be worse. Air blast drill is 180 power a second. All right, so we can get two of those bad boys, 1 and 2. Then we'll provide some water infrastructure for them, 1 and 2. We're doing our 660. Alright, so we're going to get that going to there, and then there. And those we're going to just import straight into the core. There's no real reason for us to do anything other than that. So that's what we're going to get started with here. There we go. And then we're just going to set that out to an unloader. That will be right there. And then we'll have that one. And you need to be set for, well, really, it can be set for anything because it doesn't particularly matter how much stuff we send out right now. So we'll do that. We are still generating just a little bit of power, not a lot. And we're going to have to rely on being able to generate a little more than what we have. So we're going to continue just going through and making power. Especially now that we know that we don't have bad guys to worry about. We can kind of do dumb things and be okay. Now let's see, why is our scrap number going down? What is using scrap that you see that go down? It looked like it just went down just a little bit as we were making these solar panels, and I'm not sure why. Alright, so we have enough for another unloader here in a second. And then we can do another launch pad if we'd like. This secondary launch pad is just going to send all of the extra resources we have out, I think. Because I don't want to keep on all this plastium. I don't want to keep on all of the surge alloy. There's just so much stuff that we honestly just don't need for this one. Is this guy just producing so much that it's not even able to go in there? Because that's kind of wild if that's the case. There we go. Alright. So now get those both rolling on there. Oh, look at that. We're using up way too much power. And it's getting nighttime, so we're going to be using up even more. That's a problem. What do we want to do? Well, honestly, we don't really have an option here. We have a little ability to generate coal, but not a lot. So we're just going to go in and keep building these things on. And hope and pray that that will solve all of our future problems. Good chance it's not going to, but we shall see what exactly we can do with all of that. So every single one of those is making us 1 back. Yeah, power output's 2.4. So it looks like the power thing kind of lags a little bit of what you just built. But that's okay. And we'll do all of that stuff. And we're doing our job here. Again, I'm not really super worried about stuff. I wanted this one to be just more a buffer area, so I'm not super concerned about making it amazing or anything like that. I just want it to be something that we can maybe be a little proud of, not hang our hats at, and that's kind of the play I'm going for right now. Again, we're using up scrap, and I don't know where it's going. Because if we look at our solar panels, scrap is not one of the things. Why is that number moving? It's weird. See, scrap's going down. It was at 166, now it's at 160, 158. Oh, you know what it is? Did I not change this over? Yeah, it's just sending out random stuff. Okay, never mind. Okay, problem solved. I'm an idiot. Alright, let's just hopefully get enough of this stuff. And let's just send out, I don't know, let's send out graphite. Oh god, why are we sending out so much stuff there? Oh god. Okay, I want to send out lead. Okay, and we're using up all the silicon, building up our power sources. Okay. I got it now. Hopefully we'll have enough to fill out this area. There we go. Okay. And what's fun about this is we can just shut that down anytime we need to. And then we're on the plus side of power. So we can do that all day long. Not a big deal. Alright, I'm not going to focus again too heavily on actually defending this place or doing anything legit or real. I just want to make sure that we survive and have buffer. Because it doesn't matter if we actually lose a sector or not. At least farther down the game it doesn't matter. I think. I don't think it's going to have any real impact on what we do or don't do here. So we're just going to hopefully be able to get all of that in there like so. And we're just going to keep that train moving because they're just throwing, what is this, daggers at us? They're not throwing anything scary at us. And I'm also tempted to kind of throw like stuff like a wave. Where's the first water guy at? There it is, a wave, yeah, see? We can just throw waves. Doesn't require any power, it just needs water. And we can throw back stuff. And I love that you can throw, like, it can throw any of this stuff. So we can do the slag and it does damage. This does oil, and then I believe you can light it on fire as well with like a hail or pyrite or something. That's super fun. There's so many fun options this game presents you with of how to do terrible things to the bad guys. Alright, so let's see. This one's going to output 10, which is what we can do there. So we will do that. Although this, why is it saying 7 now? It said 10 earlier. Okay, whatever. We'll do that. We'll get all of this over to there, like so. And then we have water filling up ever so slowly. We can actually put a big old liquid tank in here if we'd like, or a smaller one. Little cute guy there. That one's filled up, and then I think we're just going to put another wave in there. Why a wave and not something more reasonable? Mainly just because I don't use them that much, and I just kind of want to see what they do. I know they're not really going to have a chance to shine here because these guys aren't, they're just not reaching the radius of that thing, so it's probably not going to be a good test of anything, but it could be something that would be fun. And I'd also like to bring on a little bit more drilling abilities here. So we'll do something, yeah, sure. We'll do something like that just to bring hopefully a little bit more in the way of material up here to help us out longer term. And we'll, oh man, look at that. I planned that out beautifully. I did not do that on purpose, but man, that worked out nicely. Alright, and then we have a much bigger field of this stuff over here that we will absolutely harvest. So I'm going to do something like that, and then something like that, and then something like that. And we captured one of our sectors, yay us. Or I should say we defended one of our sectors, because we already had it captured. It was just happened to be under attack again. And that is going to go there, that was going to go there. And now we should pretty much have a really reliable supply of copper for attacking these guys. And let's see, do we get that thing blown up? Oh yeah. And then we can just keep this going. These guys, boom, boom, boom. You can see we are having them run out of weapons. So like it's not like a massive, huge concern, but it is a little bit of a concern. So what I'm going to do, I think, is put a little splitter on that. And then we'll bring it over here and into that. So that we keep feeding the top and bottom close to equal. What I love is these guys keep going, and then these guys get hit by the bullets that continue going. And you can see they are doing, like, they're taking away a little bit of health, but we have such strong weapons compared to what they're doing there, and more importantly, strong defenses compared to what they're doing, that they can't really do a whole lot there. So we'll blaze through this, get that done. And I love this little track of carcasses and explosions and dead things for them. But again, we do have to take our time because they are going through and really, well, we're moving a lot of weaponry through this. So we got some stronger guys here for a little bit. Let's see if our waves activate or not. There we go. Waves in there. They slow down. Oh, that's perfect. We don't. I mean, again, it's completely unnecessary to have the quality or caliber of stuff that we have. But it doesn't stop me from wanting to do it because it's really fun. All right, so they're getting closer. We'll go in there like so. And all I'm going to do is replace that one thorium wall right there. And then we'll move forward. Alright, I'm going to go back here real quick. Not because I necessarily want to or need to. I just need to make sure that we are generating power. So that's a plus. And then I want to make sure that we're sending out some basic stuff here. So I want to load up and get rid of the rest of that. Then we'll go with our surge alloy and our plastium. Those need to get out of here. So that guy's in cooldown period. Let's go ahead and get the rest of that one set up. Pop, pop. And then we're going to go with Surge Alloy for you. And I actually could, in theory, afford another launch pad if I didn't spend all of my silicon getting that out. But I could easily knock out some of these and get some back. We're doing just fine on that front. So this one is going to go over. We're going to choose Surge Alloy again. And we're just going to knock them out 100 at a time. And once that gets to 0, we'll move over and kind of just keep that train going. We're going to win this sector before we get a chance to export all the stuff that we actually have with it, but that's okay. And we'll just continue the fight. We'll even participate for one round or so. There we go. Alright, we'll just replace these guys. Not a big one. There's no need for that. This is not that complicated of a sector. That's fun. Alright, we are going to have to keep just repairing some of these as time goes on. We'll give all that stuff a chance to reload and back up. There we go, and let's continue the battle. And this should be Sector 1. Oh, and I crashed. So our sector has been captured. We now rule this area, for better or worse. And I'm not going to keep you here while I go through and clear all this out. If you are a completionist like me who needs to watch a YouTube video from start to finish and can't stop, that's me, if you haven't figured that out. So we'll go over all those things and more here, but those should be going to Salt Flats because that's where all of those things should be going in. I don't know why I was launching them over to 97. What the heck sector is that? I don't remember that sector. 97 is right next door. And it has random assortments of stuff right now because I sent things there. Alright, so we'll explore this one. Oh, this is one of the... Oh, I like this sector. That was a interesting challenge for a lot of this. But you can see that our core is all the way back here. And we could pretty easily export that Surge Alloy. We have excess power, so let's just take a quick second. Put an unloader on there. We don't have silicon. Of course we don't. Where's it all going? Oh, we don't need to craft anymore. We're done with that. Okay, that's fine. And we'll feed that in there. And all that stuff is going to go into our core. And we'll get up to... How much we need? Oh, we need titanium as well. Although... Is that coming in? I don't think we have titanium coming in. Poopy. Let's take a look through here. No. Okay, so we kind of burned that. We don't need any of that Surge Alloy going into that, but that's fine. We did capture another sector, and we're good with that. But I think that's where we need to be for right now. There's definitely things I'd like to do, but in all honesty, it's not that big a deal in any case of what we do or don't do in this sector. We just need to make sure that we start addressing some of this basic stuff and get all of this cleared out eventually. So I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. Folks, as always, thanks for joining me. Again, I love reading through your comments, and please let me know what I should be doing. Is it necessary to build this buffer area out around Salt Flats just so that we don't have to worry about things? Like, that's a medium, that's a medium, that's a low. So there's probably something over here that's much more high value to us, and I don't know what that is yet, but we're going to find that out eventually here. So thanks for joining me again. I will see you next time, and have a good one. Bye-bye.